Or,
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday, April 6th meeting for the Plano West Rotary Club. I am Alex Johnson, the president of the club. And to kick it off, I'm going to turn it over to our amazing past president, Sergeant of Arms, Mike Walker, and lead us into brags. Take it away,
all right.
Mike.
Thank you. I'm going to wait till Antonio gets a full mouth of food before I pick him. Let's start with Catherine. Catherine, you ever bragged this afternoon?
Right when I was doing something else. You're just like awesome at that. Actually, I do. I have a brag on how excited I am and grateful to a bunch of my Leadership Plano colleagues, as well as some other community folks I know, for helping me set up a physical meet and greet for our city council candidates at the Art Center this Thursday, and for our school board and Collin College trustees candidates on Monday, the 12th at the Art Center as well, from 5:30 to 7:30. I will stick up the events in the chat. If you don't do that, just come on by. These candidates are eager to tell you all about themselves, because we need to know who we're voting for.
Thanks. Thanks, Catherine. Mr. Thornton, do you have a brag this afternoon?
Yeah, we had a great Easter. We got to hang with a 6-year-old and a 7-month-old and do the Easter egg shuffle. So it was quite a deal. It was very fun.
How many Easter eggs did you get?
All of them I got. They were the plastic ones, so I emptied out all the good stuff and gave the eggs back to the kids. So.
Good technique. Okay, thanks, Glenn. Evan, do you have a brag this afternoon?
I'll just echo what she said about Easter. Had a really good Easter with my toddler. She was attempting to do an Easter egg hunt, and was learning the nuances of doing that with older, bigger kids who also want Easter eggs.
Thank you. Antonio, can you give us a brag this afternoon?
Sure. One thing that I'm super braggy about right now is that Bruce and I are leading a COVID awareness response team, and I'm just super grateful to have an amazing president, Alex Johnson, helping us out. And just like, I'm really excited to kick off the entire team and get everyone together to help people become more aware and trust the COVID vaccine. So that's super exciting.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Cowson, do you have a brag?
Yes, I had the pleasure of, observing, watching, enjoying Glenn playing guitar this Sunday. It was online, but still it was pretty nice. So he has a real gangster look.
Yeah, that was obviously me. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. John, do you have a brag?
Yes, I do. So I'm putting on my Collin County Democratic Party fundraiser on April the 17th, and I'm getting that all together. Anybody that would like to join me on April the 17th, just click the link that I posted in chat. And my honey-do list, I got lights installed on my carport yesterday, so I can actually see after dark on my carport. So
Good job. Alicia, you have a brag?
Hi, yes, I just want to echo what Catherine said about the event that she's helping to host on Thursday. I'll be there, so I hope to see some of you guys there. It's one of the only opportunities we've had to see people in person, so I'm really excited about it. And I got to see my parents for Easter. We hadn't had Easter together, since we missed out last year, but we're all fully vaccinated, so that was great too. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much. Joanna, you have a brag? What is she showing there?
You're on mute, Joanna.
So yeah, this is all the stuff that we've collected so far for the family hygiene kits. As you can see, I have a lot of soap, lots of soap. I need more shampoo and conditioner bottles. But yeah, isn't that cool?
That is pretty neat. Thanks for all that hard work getting that together.
Well, I didn't, I mean, it's just, it's showing up here.
Yeah, take all the credit. Thank you very much. Mr. Russell, do you ever brag?
Well, my first brag, Mike, is that today is induction day. Yay! I'm going to be number 61. I'm also proud to announce that this Sunday I'll be coming on board as a facilitator with the Dallas Meditation Center, which is actually in Richardson on West Arapahoe Road on the other side of the highway.
Oh, well, congratulations. Glad you're with us. Michelle, you ever brag?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, Easter was awesome. Glenn talked about that. And I got to brag on Joanna. She's doing a great job of ramping up on a lot of service projects, kind of some of the logistics of some of the things that we've been doing. So I'm excited. And just to plug out to anybody, if anybody's interested in getting involved with more service projects and leading service projects, we always need leaders. Feel free to email me. I'll put my email address in the chat. We'd love to get more service projects started, and I can't run them all, and neither can Alex.
Well, let's talk offline, Michelle. I'd be glad to help lead a project.
Yeah, you're on my to-do list to call or email. So sorry I haven't gotten to you.
I don't know if I have your phone number.
I'll put it in here.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Tara, do you ever brag? Tara.
Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties, so that's not a brag, but I am a new member and I'm happy to be here. So it's my induction day as well. So that's my brag, I guess.
Oh, we're all excited. I promise you. Thank you, Tara. Miss Clevey, I know you've been up a while and you've had your coffee. You ever brag this afternoon?
I do have a brag. I mean, Easter was great, but I got accepted into the George Washington Master's Program here at Raytheon. So I'm kind of excited. It'll be fun.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Miss Leach, how are you doing this afternoon? You ever brag?
Pretty good, pretty good. I guess my brag is that my son got his first COVID shot, so he's excited. So hopefully David soon.
Yeah. Let's see, Julie, you ever brag?
I will just echo what Elisa said. I'm super excited about the best candidate ever forum on Thursday night at the Arts Center, and I appreciate Catherine and the other hosts for putting it on, and I hope you guys can come out and support the candidates for City Council.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, where'd that visitor go? Alessandro, you ever brag?
Yes, sir. Yes, definitely. This past week, well, my team, my company, Select Construction, we were all at Win the Storm in New Orleans and had a great time connecting and building relationship with my colleagues and got to learn some new stuff. So yes, very grateful.
Welcome, Alejandro. I'm excited. I didn't even know you'd be here. How cool.
Okay, let's see here.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, John.
Debbie, well, I'll let you swallow. I'll go to James Thomas. James, you ever brag?
My brag is I'm just, at my age, I am happy to be here.
We're glad you're here too. Debbie, you ever brag?
Yeah, I'm going to go get my second COVID shot in a few hours, and I'm planning my mother's 90th birthday party. So congratulations to my mom.
Oh yeah, big day coming up. Thank you. Joy, you ever brag?
I don't have a brag, but I do have a prayer request, if that would be okay.
Absolutely.
My daughter-in-law is, she's been battling preterm labor for over a week, and I just found out she's back in the throes of it again. So if she's only 33 weeks pregnant. So if you guys could just pray for Spencer Taylor and little baby Eli, I would appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Courtney, do you ever brag?
Yeah, so I'd like to brag about the fact that my son got to spend Easter with his grandparents and great-grandparents. And also too, I am helping Catherine in the Best Candidates Forum Ever coming up on Thursday. So of course I want to brag about that too. So everybody hopefully can come and join us and hopefully spend some time in person. Yeah, again, yeah, so.
Okay, thank you. Tahat, do you have a brag?
I'm just happy to be here, I guess. I guess it's a brag.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Bruce, do you have a brag?
Yeah, I got my first dose of vaccination just last Friday, and I'm also very excited to be leading the COVID vaccination awareness project with Antonio. So,
Oh, good for you. Good, big job. Tamara Thomas, you have a brag?
Yes, I do. I actually have a lot of brags, so I'm just going to try to pick one. I would like to brag about us getting past our first round of Moderna vaccinations. We did, I think, about 800, maybe 1,000 vaccines over the last 3 weeks, and we'll be starting our second dose this Saturday for the next 3 weeks. So just glad that everything's going well with that and people are getting vaccinated.
Thanks to your help. Thank you. Mr. Tom Posey, do you ever brag? Hey, Lisa, go over and hit his unmute button.
Am I there now?
Yes, you are.
Okay. We spent a great Easter with our daughter at lunch and family, so it was a great day for all.
Amen. Thanks, Tom. Good to see you. Chanel, do you ever brag? I don't know if I pronounced that correct.
This is Snehal. Yes, this is first time I'm joining. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody is doing fine. Had wonderful Easter.
Thank you.
So, yes, I do have a brag. I don't know if it's, so my daughter started going back to school. That's good for me as well, because she was bored and you know how things go. So daughter started going back school, and my son is also now enrolled and going back to school. So that's a good thing. They were bored all year long. They were home. So I'm happy about that.
Hey, thank you. Tom Bassey, do you have a brag?
You know, forgive me, I don't. It's a pleasure to be here today, but I don't have a specific brag this time. I did have a low-key, pleasant Easter holiday, but sorry, I'd like to just refer to the next person at this moment.
Thank you. Joanna, I don't think I've asked you for a brag, have I?
Yes, you did. I just showed up all my stuff not my stuff, our stuff that we got for the hygiene kits.
That's right. Thank you.
So,
I say, who have I missed here? I think I've got everybody. Alex, you have a brag by any chance?
Did we get Tara? We got you? Okay.
Yeah, I have her. Yeah.
What about Roxana?
Is she here?
Yeah, I see her.
You see who?
Roxana.
Sienna's here.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, there you are.
Wow. I didn't recognize with the mask.
I'm outside now. Just grateful of last Sunday. It was wonderful weather. We saw the neighbors and we went to church. So we just are very grateful about Easter.
Hey,
yeah.
Thank you. How your mom and dad doing?
They're doing great. They're back in Mexico.
Yeah.
And we're making plans to see them again. So we always look forward to those trips.
Sure. Well, tell them everybody from the club said hello.
Say that again?
Tell them everybody from Plano West Rotary said hello.
Oh, yes, I will. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. Zane, do you ever brag? I don't know if
I am currently scheduling my second COVID vaccination, so that's exciting.
All right, yeah, amen to that. Thanks. Mr. Livingston, you ever brag for us this afternoon?
You know, actually I do. My daughter just got her braces off this morning. So I finally got to see the thousands of dollars of investment that I put into her mouth. Her brother will be behind her in a few more months, but I'm super excited about that. So she did that this morning, and she's scheduled for her first COVID shot on Friday. So 2 brags on that.
All right, good deal. Thank you. Mr. President, I think it's back to you with the last brag.
All right, the last brag. I was able to hug and kiss my mother on Sunday after 14 months of not being able to be in the same room for her. And it was really special because she's been in the ER 3 times and had 2 cancer surgeries all within the last 3 weeks. And so it was a good time for me to be there, hold her hands and let her know. Because, you know, anybody that's got a senior, like Joy knows a little bit about it, video chat just doesn't do it. So in her eyes, I was forsaking her. And so being there, that was definitely my biggest brag and joy. And it's just nice that I get to touch her again. It's pretty awesome. So
thank you.
With that, you know, let's move on to Mrs. Tamara Thomas, and she is going to lead us in the prayer. Let me get my thing up here properly. There we go. Take it away, Tamara. Tamara?
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
I'm sorry, my thing went on mute. Father, we just thank you for such a wonderful day in you, for this is the day that the Lord has made, and we are rejoicing and glad in it. Thank you so much for Plano West Rotary Club, God, the organization that brings us all together to do service in your name, God. And we just thank you for this call that we're having on today. And we pray, Lord, that you will get the glory from everything that is said and done. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Tamara. Now we will have Taha lead us in the pledge. Take it away, Taha.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, my friend. All right, we've got a special day ahead of us. We have, let me get this right. We're going to vote on 3 people and we're going to induct 4 people. That's because we voted on Evan last week and he had a family emergency, so he wasn't able to hop on. So for those that have been a part of this before, if you're a club member, you can vote. If you're not a club member, don't vote. It's that simple. And we're going to use the poll feature. So let me go ahead and pop up the polls. And if everybody could go ahead and vote, we're basically going to be voting for Tara, Snehal, and John. So get ready. Boom. Click, click, click. I think we're good to go, Zane?
Yep.
Seems like we should have a few more coming. All righty. Yes. Just so you know, it was unanimous. We have all voted for Tara, Snehal, and John to be members of the Plano West Rotary Club. So for those that have seen this before, what I like to do, it's not what I like to do, is what I do. I do a personal induction for each person. So we're going to be inducting each one of you separately. So I'm going to be talking to you and everybody else will be a part of this. So the first person that I'm going to induct will be Evan. Just so you know, we're doing this by alphabetical and last name. So there's no order of importance. It just happens to be how your last name, and Evan's got that A, so I'm sure he's used to being first often. So Evan, I am now looking at you. I'm speaking to you and everybody else is in the audience here just celebrating your initial vote. So Evan, you have been proposed for membership and the club has elected you. Therefore, it is my pleasure to induct you into the Rotary Club of Plano West. I understand you're aware of Rotary's requirements and will follow them. You have offered your services to assist your fellow Rotarians in their community and international projects. As you know, Rotary is a service club, each member performing what Rotary terms as service above self. Besides service, you have the benefit of powerful bonds of friendship. Think of, we've got 35 people on this Zoom call right here, and these friends that you're going to be able to have fellowship with. And you're going to do that with both local Rotarians and worldwide. I especially commend to your attention the object of Rotary and the four-way test, which form the criteria for Rotarians in their daily lives. When you travel, you have the special opportunity to attend Rotary meetings and meet Rotarians throughout the world. This is another rewarding benefit of your membership. And now, by the power vested in me as president of the Plano West Rotary Club, I pin this emblem on you virtually and declare you to be an active member of this Rotary Club. Welcome to Rotary. We all look forward to the enrichment of our lives and your own by your association with the world's oldest, largest, and finest service organization, Rotary International.
Thank you. I'm excited to be a member.
And I'm going to let everybody, each one of you talk after the end of the induction. So think about what you're going to say while I'm inducting everybody else. So next, we have Tara Bidwell. Very excited. Just so everybody knows, Tara was so special, we decided to induct her with a week notice instead of our normal 2. Honestly, I'm not going to be here next week. And so we didn't want her to be put off 3 weeks, because that's cruel and unusual punishment. But Tara's volunteered with us. She has lots of friends in our club. So she kind of knew. I always give people 2 weeks so they could back out. She was sure, so she didn't want to back out. So that was awesome. But Tara, now this is me to you. This is your induction. So Tara Bidwell, you have been proposed for membership and the club has elected you. Therefore, it is my pleasure to induct you into the Rotary Club of Plano West. I understand that you are aware of Rotary's requirements and will follow them. You have offered your services to assist your fellow Rotarians in their community and international projects. As you know, Rotary is a service club, each member performing what Rotary terms as service above self. Besides service, you will have the benefit of powerful bonds of friendship with fellow Rotarians locally and worldwide. I especially commend to you, to your attention, the object of Rotary and the four-way test, which form the criteria for Rotarians in their daily lives. When you travel, you will have the special opportunity to attend Rotary meetings and meet Rotarians throughout the world. This is another rewarding benefit of your membership. And now, by the power vested in me as president of the Rotary Club of Plano West, I am virtually pinning this emblem on you and declare you to be an active member of this Rotary Club. Welcome to Rotary. We all look forward to the enrichment of our lives and your own by your association with the world's oldest, largest, and finest service organization, Rotary International.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So happy that you have joined us.
Me too.
So think about what you're going to say after I'm done. So give me a little warning. All right, Snehal, you are next. I am looking at you. And Snehal has been following our club for months, actually. And so her and I have been dialoguing and she's been paying attention to us. So this was a very decisive decision on her part. So I'm glad you chose us. Snehal, you have been proposed for membership and the club has elected you. Therefore, it is my pleasure to induct you to the Rotary Club of Plano West. I understand you are aware of Rotary requirements and will follow them. You have offered your services to assist your fellow Rotarians in their community and international projects. As you know, Rotary is a service club, each member performing what Rotary terms as service above self. Besides service, you will have the benefit of powerful bonds of friendship with fellow Rotarians locally and worldwide. I especially commend to you the object of Rotary and the four-way test, which form the criteria for Rotarians in their daily lives. When you travel, you'll have a special opportunity to attend Rotary meetings and meet Rotarians throughout the world. This is another rewarding benefit of your membership. And now, by the power vested in me as president of the Rotary Club of Plano West, I virtually pin this emblem on you and declare you to be an active member of this Rotary Club. Welcome to Rotary. We all look forward to the enrichment of our lives and your own by your association in the world's oldest, largest, and finest service organization, Rotary International.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Thank you. So you got about a minute before to think about what you're going to say.
I was thinking about it from the beginning of the call.
Perfect. All right, John.
One line came out.
John, like Snehal, has been watching our club. He contacted us months ago, and he was waiting for the stars to line up, and he has decided to join us. And so last but not least, but I think you're the last one to fill out an application. So you are a 61st member, John. So you have been proposed for membership, and the club has elected you. Therefore, it is my pleasure to induct you to the Rotary Club of Plano West. I understand that you are aware of Rotary's requirements and will follow them. You have offered your services to assist your fellow Rotarians in their community and international projects. As you know, Rotary is a service club, each member performing what Rotary terms as service above self. Besides service, you will have the benefit of powerful bonds of friendship with fellow Rotarians locally and worldwide. I especially commend to you the attention of the object of Rotary and the four-way test, which form the criteria for Rotarians in their daily lives. When you travel, you will have the special opportunity to attend Rotary meetings and meet Rotarians throughout the world. This is another rewarding benefit of your membership. And now, by the power vested in me as the president of the Rotary Club of Plano West, I am virtually pinning this on you, this emblem, and declare you to be an active member of this Rotary Club. Welcome to Rotary, John. We all look forward to the enrichment of our lives and your own by your association with the world's oldest, largest, and finest service organization, Rotary International.
Woo! Well, thank you. I'm thrilled to be coming on board.
You guys are awesome. So what I'd like to do is give each one of you, Evan, I'll give you an opportunity to say a little bit to the club. You are now a fellow member with us, and what would you like us to know about you?
Well, I'm really happy to be part of the club. I've been in Texas since 2012, grew up in Pennsylvania, was in the Navy for 6 years, and I got my first job in Texas, was in Houston, and then came up to Dallas. My wife's family lives here, have a 2-year-old daughter and another baby on the way, a baby girl. So we're still trying to figure out her name. So my wife and I are debating that. That's the ongoing debate right now. But really happy to be part of the club and excited to meet everyone in person and take part and help out wherever I can.
Awesome. Thank you, Evan. All right. I will now look for Tara. Tell us a little bit about yourself to your fellow members.
Hi, well, my name is Tara Bidwell, and I will forgive you if you say Tara. I have lived in Plano for about 8 years, 9 years almost, and I'm married. We have three little doggies, and I'm also a member of the Junior League of Collin County and a recent graduate of Leadership Plano, the best class ever. And so I know several of my classmates are here, and I just really have a heart for service and love what you guys have done in the community during the COVID response. And so I am just really happy to be here and jump on board and get more involved. So that's it.
And happy to have you. Thank you. All right, Snehal, it's your time. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Hi, everybody. So Snehal here. I moved to Texas last year. I was traveling here for work, and I really liked here. My family was here already. I was in New York, New Jersey for 17 years. After that, I'm comparatively new here, though I was working here for last 5 years. I'm married. I have 2 wonderful kids, 1 wonderful puppy, and I work in technology. I manage technology. I manage some global teams. I am also part of HOA chair here, housing society, and hopefully we'll be organizing 4th of July parade soon. So that's where I stand. Hopefully we'll be able to add value to this group as well.
I
Excited
know
to
you
be
will.
serving with you.
Thank you for joining us. And last but not least, John, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you. I moved to Texas 2.5 years ago after 5 years in New York City, 33 years in Massachusetts. When I lived in Beverly, which is about 20 miles north of Boston, I was on the board of directors for the Kiwanis Club of Beverly, one of the oldest Kiwanis clubs in New England. I've been part of other service organizations, volunteering for churches, chambers of commerce, and I'm just looking forward to rolling my sleeves up and getting my hands dirty and helping lead some service projects.
Well, we are the place for you. We've got many service projects and we need many leaders. So thank
As
you
long
for
as I get my
joining us.
hands dirty, Alex.
Well, I think in a couple weekends, you're going to be picking up a lot of trash. So you're going to have that opportunity.
I will
Glenn will
not
help you.
refuse to do that.
Glenn will help you get your hands dirty. All right. Well, thank you, all 4 of you, for joining our merry band of volunteers, as I like to call us. Even though we are larger, we're considered a large club. We really try hard to have a family environment, which it's because that's important. You know, the fellowship, you got to be fellowshipping with friends. What I'd like to do now is I always talk about the Rotary Foundation. So for the foundation moment, I want to highlight our club members that are Paul Harris Fellows. And Randall does a phenomenal job of embarrassing everybody when they reach the next level. Only because he digs into your life, and it's about the longest 5 minutes you'll ever go through. And as he did it for me. But I do want to just let everybody know what's the significance of the Paul Harris Fellow. You know, the charity behind Rotary is the Rotary Foundation. It's a 501c3. It's a multi-billion-dollar global nonprofit. We're a 501c4 charity. And so what Rotary, all the goodwill that it does around the world is done through the Rotary Foundation. And I always tell everybody, what's amazing about the Rotary Foundation is there is not a cause out there that the Rotary Foundation isn't involved in, because we're not a single cause entity. We address all causes in some way or the other. And we do that through our 7 areas of focus, which I'm not going to list out now. But I encourage you to just Google Rotary 7 areas of focus, and you'll see where all our projects fit in there. And everything our club does fits into a Rotary area of focus. Well, like any nonprofit, the Rotary Foundation needs money, and that through donations. And so as a club, we have a big focus on donating, raising funds for the Rotary Foundation. Then us and every club globally, we utilize the Rotary Foundation for a lot of different aspects. Specifically, our club, the majority of the funds for our scholarship program come from the Rotary Foundation. We also use it for Camp Ryla. Catherine's leading a team that we're identifying multiple service projects in the area of Plano homelessness. And we're partnering with the school district, the city, the wellness center, go Joy, and other stakeholders to address multiple areas. Well, we're going to be applying for a global grant from the Rotary Foundation. Well, they'll basically match up to $400,000 towards a project. Pretty significant. Well, a Paul Harris Fellow is somebody that has donated money towards the foundation. And once you reach $1,000 in donation, that's when you're a Paul Harris Fellow. Well, our club has incorporated club service into the Paul Harris qualifications. So when you do a lot of things in the club, like service projects, or you donate, we match it. So that way, for your first Paul Harris, you can achieve that through, I think, the majority of it through club service. And then you could achieve a number of different levels. So when you look at this chart, you can see the Paul Harris Fellows in our club. And who's on the phone? Or I think it's Clarence, because I know Fred's here, Clarence is here, Catherine, who is our newest member to be a Paul Harris Fellow. Go Catherine. I'm not sure if Benton's on the call, but he usually is. Myself, Laura Johnson, who is our second newest member, because both her and Catherine have been in Rotary less than 9 months. So that's very, very, very impressive to be Paul Harris Fellows. John Costas, but Steve Lawton's on the call right now. Lisa Leach, Tom Posey. I'm not sure if Kent usually comes in a little later because he's working. Then obviously Glenn Thornton, Michelle Thornton, and Mike Walker who does brags. So one of my good friends in Rotary, his name is Ian Sullivan, and he's a past district governor. He's been in Rotary like 30 years. And one of the things that he always says, the sure way of securing somebody's loyalty to Rotary is to get them involved in the Rotary Foundation. So when you look at all the Paul Harris Fellows that are current in our club, and all of them are active in the club, that kind of lines up exactly what Ian was said. So that's kind of my foundation moment. Talk about the significance of the Paul Harris Fellow. We desire, encourage anybody, if you choose to donate to the Rotary Foundation, that qualifies towards it, and our club will match what you donate as well up to your first Paul Harris. And I do want to thank Randall for doing such a great job of celebrating and honoring our Paul Harris Fellows. Now, just so you know, we are taking our time because our speaker backed out in the last minute. They lost their power. So it's one of the downfalls of Zooming, because power controls everything. Where if they were just driving to our meeting, that wouldn't be an issue. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to hear Gene and Steve Brown with the Plano Housing Corporation, which is a shame because they have a lot of friends in our club and they work closely with a lot of people in our club. So maybe we'll be able to get them in the future. But we do have exciting things to happen, even though they're not here. Let's talk a little bit about club business here. Everybody on this call who's a Rotarian, which I think applies to everybody except for Alexandro and one other person. Did he leave? Oh, anyway, Basie, Mr. Basie.
Tom Basie.
Tom, there you are. Okay, well, those two can't go to this. Oh, there you are, Tom. But everybody else, I encourage you to attend the district assembly on Saturday. It's a virtual thing. It's free. It's free online training for Rotary training. And it kind of helps you understand how clubs are operated, the different roles. Even if you're not in that role, I encourage you to take the training because a lot of questions you have will be answered. And you're going to be taking it with Rotarians from all over North Texas. So it's a good way of meeting other people virtually. And that's this Saturday, October 10th. Now, in a couple weeks, there's a district conference. That's a celebration. There's not really training. They're having a 2-day in-person celebration, but they also have a virtual component. I'll be attending virtually. If you did, you've also received emails on that. You can register. We will reimburse you. So you register, you pay. When the thing is done, just like corporations, send us your receipt, and then we'll reimburse you as a club. So if you attend that, I think I'm not sure if we have any club members that'll be there for all 2 days, but I think Michelle and Joanne might be there at least for the project component of it. And so that's that aspect. Can you believe last week we didn't have a service project? That's like, I'm not sure the last time we went a week without doing something, but we're making up for it for the next couple weeks. We've got 2 projects associated with the district conference. They're hygiene kits. One, you're building the entire kit and dropping it off. The other one, you're buying items. Joanna has sent a link. You can actually go on Amazon, click, order it, and have it drop shipped. These are helping a number of different nonprofits. Just to be biased, one that I'm really happy we're helping is the Wellness Center of Older Adults. It just so happens we have their executive director, Joy Hinkelman, in our club. So I'm biased, hey. Anytime we can help the Wellness Center, I'm going to be there. By the way, I think, Joy, didn't we, our club's been working with the Wellness Center for over 30 years, hasn't it?
Yes, sure has.
So it's a long relationship. So, so part of what we're collecting is going to the Wellness Center and other nonprofits as well. Streetside Showers is a nonprofit we've been supporting for what, 3-4 years, Michelle? Hasn't it been?
Probably more like 2 to 3, but yeah, for consistently.
And so yeah, I'm kind of biased to those who we always help. And then the other nonprofits are very deserving as well. Now, this is where I really need your help and I got to finish soon. On April 17th, we have the Great American Cleanup. This is where we are helping the city of Plano. This is going on all over the nation. City of Plano is trying to get up to 1,000 volunteers. We've committed to 30. We need more people to sign up. We've got Glenn Thornton as the overall leader, but we have 3 groups of 10. Glenn is running one group, Clevie and Laura Johnson's running another group, and John is running another group. Remember, he said he wanted to step up the leadership? We promoted him. So, but we need more people to sign up. I think last time I looked, aren't we like 15 out of 30, Glenn? Yeah, so pick up trash for a couple, I think it's 8 to 11, and you'll get t-shirts and stuff like that. Sign up for it. Now, here's a new one. This is huge. This is what Bruce and Antonio are leading, and Joanna and Laura Johnson are going to be helping, is we are partnering with the city of Plano on a COVID awareness block walking. They're actually paying to create door hangers of COVID awareness information from the city. Where basically, like you get, if you live in Plano, you got it in your water bill, where you could get vaccinated, and so on and so forth. Well, they're going to create door hangers with English and Spanish on both sides, and they're going to identify areas of Plano that the citizens need to know about it. And so we are going to do that. We're basically going to be doing this every weekend. And we're starting off with 5,000 pieces. The city's paying for everything, yay. And so, but they need us to help get the word out. So we need people to sign up for that as well. It's also, the first one's on the 17th in the afternoon, because obviously Great American Cleanup's in the morning. So if definitely, but we're going to need that going forward. And as we know, it's important that our city, we're never going to reach herd immunity until everybody that wants to do it gets vaccinated. And a lot of people just don't know where to go. So I'm really glad we're going to be doing that. We have Armstrong Middle School, the drive-through. You can't sign up for it. It's already full. Sorry. I think there might be a spot or 2 left in the May version, but Catherine and James, they do a great job on running that and helping the school. And then of course we have cards for nursing homes. So those are the things we have. We really need you to sign up for the Great American Cleanup and the COVID awareness block walking. So, and then get your friends to do it as well. Awesome. Now, that's not happening. So what I'm going to do is, this is all off. This is going to go, I'm going to turn mine off, and we're going to turn it over to Glenn Thornton. He has a real special message to present to the club. So take it away, Glenn.
All right, Zane, can I get the screen sharing privilege?
Yep, you should be able to.
All right. Can you see that? Okay, so I just want 10 minutes. I want to talk about club leadership and officers. A lot of new members in our club, so I'm going to do some little bit of Rotary 101 on some of the timing and the positions. So as you may not know, Rotary year, it starts July 1st through June 30th. So we're in first part of April. We've got a little less than 3 months to our next Rotary year. And I'm sorry, I got something else. Oh, that's Zane will take care of that. And this is just a list of the executive board and, you know, the committees that Rotary really pushes as kind of mandatory. But before I go through that, I want to step back a little bit and say a little bit about, like, where was the club, our club, Plano West, like, you know, pre-COVID? What's that, PC, pre-COVID? And so we were a small club. We were designated as a small club, you know, low 20s in attendance, our membership, I mean, and a lot of, I don't know percentages, but mainly white, older males. I think our average age was like 120 or something. We had 3 females. We did a few service projects, nothing like you just saw. We did some service projects. We had our fundraisers. And when you look at this in front of you here with the board and the committees, you know, we had a lot of single person committees. Sometimes one person even, you know, had a couple maybe under their hat. So, and then COVID hit. Before that, we didn't even know I didn't know what Zoom was before that. And then we start learning how to spell Zoom. And then we get to that, our Rotary year last year, July 1st, Alex takes over. And you look at where we are now, oh my gosh, we just said John was the 61st member. That's quite a difference from 21 in a short period of time. I mean, that's amazing. And Michelle and I were meeting with a district governor nominee last night, and he said, like, your club is the model club. You know, it is the club to look. Well, we had Mr. Rotary, John Huco, at our meeting a few weeks ago. That doesn't happen. So it's our eye is getting attention. We are doing great. Service projects, the membership. But that means the way we used to do our committees and our executive board and run that ain't going to work. That ain't going to work anymore. We've got when committee means more than one. I don't know if that Webster says that, but I think if you looked up committee, it should say more than one. It's a group of people to help with that. And so that's a little bit of the background. And we have what's, you know, every business or organization, we've got growing pains. We're growing leaps and bounds in our service projects and everything. We've got growing pains. And so our leaders and our club officers need to represent what we're doing now, and not the kind of the way we used to do that. And we can do that. It's not, we can make this happen. So now the next slide, it's got basically the same words, but it's colorful. And why isn't it going to the next slide? There we go. Got a red on it. Red is, we need some help. So I'm going to start at the bottom, on the right at the bottom. So we've got committees. I'm going to speak a little bit about each one of these committees. Club administration. Right now, Alex is doing quite a bit of that. I'm doing some. But it's things like, you know, programs. It's things like the newsletter. It's more club-wide projects within that committee. Service projects. Michelle's been leading that. Alex does a lot on that too. But as you saw, the service projects, I mean, there's just a lot going on there. So a committee, they're not doing the service projects. They're coordinating. They're helping someone else, like John, who wants to do this, you know, lead a service project. So that's another committee. Membership, that's been busy. We inducted 4 people today. Roxana's done an amazing job. Amazing job. I know she didn't. I didn't know what that entailed 8 months ago when we started this, whenever that was, that we would be inducting 2 members a week or whatever our average is. It's amazing. So she's got some people in her committee too. We need someone starting the next Rotary year, July 1st, to transition to that person and get a committee there too. Now the black, like Bianca, Randall, and Zane, they're signed up for next year. Bianca is going to continue working the public image, which she does a great job of. Randall, we've already talked about Randall and his work with the foundation, and he's got a committee also. He's going to continue that into our next Rotary year. And then if you look at the executive board, starting July the 1st, obviously Alex will be our past president because he's president today. our treasurer, we need a treasurer. That role right now is a lot of Alex and a little bit of me also. We're looking at some opportunities here. We have a bookkeeper. We actually have a great bookkeeper that does all of the P&L and balance sheet stuff that when you can spell accounting like I cannot, you understand what that means. But the treasurer would be working with that bookkeeper, writing checks. We have a PayPal account, we have a bank account, but it's not that onerous of a task for the treasurer, especially since our bookkeeper is really going strong. Zane has stepped up. He's been transitioning secretarial duties from me and picked up a lot of that, and he's going to pick up the rest of it and is signed up to be secretary next Rotary year. And then there's president-elect. That's, the name is probably obvious, but it's on July the 1st, that person spends the next year in training, learning to be president. And there's a special training in February, every February, PETS, president-elect training. They would go to that, and it's coming up to speed. It's watching, it's being involved, and that would be, you would be president, what, July of 22. Is that right? Yeah. And the president is red also. And the reason for that is, as we've said with our growing pains here, you heard me mention Alex's name a half a dozen times during these talks through these committees and board. I mean, he's spending a lot of time. He's spending a lot of time on getting this club with the model club that we are, and that's not sustainable. So we need to fill these other positions, and we can. And then if we do that, Alex will step up as president. If it were me, not my name on there too, and I think anybody on this call, I would want those other positions filled too before I stepped up. And so our task is to come up and to work through these different committees and executive board positions. I mentioned, I'll go through, Rotary is amazing. It's got manuals and training available for all of these. Plus, like I've been helping Zane and Alex has been helping, and Roxana will help with membership. We're not going to just drop anybody like, here, good luck with that. We're going to be transitioning. We've got 3 months to do that before July the 1st. So there's information out there to be had that can help anyone understand what this role means. None of these are huge time commitments. They really aren't. If you go, I'm going to go back to the previous slide. I mean, again, committee, it means more than one. It doesn't mean you're not going to be doing all of this. You're going to have service projects and a committee to help you. You're going to have membership like Roxana has. The treasurer, we mentioned that. I think that's 5 hours a month, maybe. I mean, it's not a lot of time commitment. So if people are interested in this, you can Google it with Rotary to find the manuals. You can obviously contact, please, me or Alex or both, and we will answer questions that we know and help figure out what might be the next step if there's an interest in any of these positions. But I strongly, for us to continue to be the club we are and to grow, we have to fill these positions. Back to you, Mr. President.
Glenn, awesome. Thank you very much. And I don't really need to say anything else because he said it all. We all have a vested interest in our club. It's our club. And we all want to continue the great service we've done to the community. Anybody that knows me, even though Rotary makes a big deal about our membership, that's not what's important to me. It's the service that we do, the lives that we change, the community that we make better. Now, the byproduct of that, you have joined our club to help do it. And so for me, I just want to make sure that we continue the good service, because if we slow down, that's less people we're going to help. Those are, I think when we add up the numbers, we have donated over $250,000 in goods in the last 9 months. And we did that without writing a check. It's by partnering with other organizations. You know, we have led close to 800 volunteers for over 1,700 hours of service. And it wasn't just the 61 people. You know, 80% of our volunteers are not members of our Rotary Club. So that means we're leading our community. So our club is leading Plano to take care of itself, which to me, that's what excites me. And that's what our club is doing. And that's what each one of you are contributing to. And so think about what Glenn just said. You could obviously watch the rerun and Facebook and YouTube if you want to get a recap of it. But think about stepping up. And this is what's key on stepping up. I need people that are accountable and reliable. You know, you got to, if you don't want to treat this like a job, don't take the role, because lives are at stake and we have other people in our club that are relying on you to do your job. And so think about that. We don't want anybody to do it casual. If you want to have fun, be a volunteer. If you want to lead, step up to one of these roles. And so that's it on that subject. And so what I do want to talk about next is what's going to happen next week. I'm not going to be here. Those that know, in normal days, I travel and I teach all over. And Zoom, pandemic days, I Zoom teach. So I'm going to be Zooming for 6 hours a day from Monday through Friday of next week. Yay. No, it's not fun. I'm a people person, but it is what it is. And so kind of like our kids going through it. So we're going to have Zane, who is awesome. He's going to be running the meeting. So what makes it really special about next week, we have Carol Graysdorf. She's going to be presenting Leadership Plano. And we have, I think last time I counted, we have 9 Leadership Plano graduates in our class, in our club, which is pretty awesome. The current class happens to dominate like 50% of it with Catherine, Courtney, Brandon, Tara, and John. You know, but we also have myself, I was Leadership 21, Dolly's Leadership Class 21. I know Randall, I think he's Leadership Class, are you 19, Randall? Is he, or did he leave? I think he was 19. I think LaShawn was Class 18. And I don't know if we have any other LP people here. So there's a few of us, but hopefully there's going to be more, because I have been contacted by the LP board and they like our diversity, our age, gender, and ethnicity diversity of our club, and religious diversity of our club. And our service minded is exactly what Leadership Plano is looking for. So if you get contacted by Leadership Plano, know it was because of me. And even if you don't live in Plano, because you're affiliated with Plano West Rotary, you're eligible for Leadership Plano. And Carol, we'll talk, Carol's awesome. I remember when I was on the board, like, oh my gosh, like about 18 years ago, she was leading it for my last year on the board. And she has won about every citizenship volunteering credential award in Plano. So you guys, I'm sad I'm going to miss her, but you guys are going to get the honor of hearing her talk. She just took over this role again about 2 weeks ago. In fact, when I found that out, I texted her immediately, hey, will you speak to our club? So you guys are going to get a good treat. And I know a lot of people know her already. So that's what's going to be happening next week. So to close out our meeting, we are going to have one of our newest club members. Well, wait, before I have her do this, I want you to know Courtney and Brandon, they are leading our Plano Overnight Warming Station team. And they have had multiple meetings with the PALS organization, and we are almost ready to roll it out. And we're going to be looking for club members to apply, get trained. So next winter, we're going to be able to directly help the homeless on those 33 cold nights. So thank you, Courtney and Brandon. It took them about 2 weeks to say yes, because they wanted to make sure if they do it right. And I've heard nothing but good things from people from the Homeless Coalition. And James is shaking his head because he's on the board with the Homeless Coalition, and he's heard great things about what they're going to be doing. So once again, our club is awesome. We're serving the community, we're saving lives, and that's what just gets me excited all the time. So Courtney, if you could lead us in the four-way test as we end our meeting.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to. All right, the four-way test of things we think, say, or do. 1, is it the truth? 2, is it fair to all concerned? 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Rotary.
Rotary.
I was muted. Rotary. All right, everybody, have a great week. Thank you very much. And contact me or Glenn if you want to lead our club. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.